Corgi Warlock is a fun, 2D, side-scrolling action game that puts you in the paws of Maia, a Corgi Warlock who has to use her special powers in order to triumph over evil. It's a very simple game, and you can tell that it was more or less a labor of love by the one-man development team, as Maia is of course his dog. The game features very simple combat, with a variety of special abilities that you pick up along the way. My personal favorite was a beam-like laser weapon that is not only capable of massive amounts of damage, but it can also hit multiple enemies. And the way that the enemies come at you in this game, being able to wipe a whole bunch of them out in one fell swoop feels satisfying and is really useful. There's also a variety of power-ups you can acquire, like a shield spell or a healing spell. You can also pick up dog bones that give you extra Corgi power, which is like the super ability in this game and is very devastating, especially to bosses. Speaking of bosses, there are a lot of them in this game, and they make up the bulk of the challenge. Most of the normal enemies are pretty simple to dispatch, and in a lot of ways I found a lot of them to be annoying. There's a lot of enemies where you had to attack, run away, attack, run away, and attack in order for you to destroy them, and that got a little tedious in my opinion. While this can certainly be forgiven in a game of this magnitude, it's kind of disappointing when you contrast it with the awesome boss battles that provide a real challenge and a lot of variety. While the game is primarily linear, there are a few areas in the levels where you can kind of wander off and find a little secret. There's usually a powerful enemy there to protect a treasure chest, which gives you coins, which you use to buy power-ups, shields, and healing abilities and things like that. I wish there was a little bit more explorability in the game for sure, but like I said before, the scale of this game is rather small, and the fact that there are anything at all like that is to be commended. I wasn't able to play this game co-op, but I could definitely see the draw. If you get a bunch of friends or family members on a couch and just smash through this game, it can be quite fun. And the art style and aesthetic really lends to that family-friendly experience. The art style is very pretty and looks deliberately hand-drawn with big thick lines like the Telltale Adventure games or the Borderlands series. And some of the facial expressions on the enemies are also great to look at. I will mention one thing that I noticed though. Maia's animations seem to be at a lower frame rate than the background moves at. So at times it almost seems like Maia is stuttering and doesn't really fit well in the world. Now, this is probably something a lot of people aren't going to notice, and I do want to mention that the developer has been very good at updating this game post-launch, so there's a possibility that some of this might get tweaked out. Of course, as I played it, I got more and more used to it, and by the end I didn't even really notice it, but it was something that I noticed when I first started playing. Before we wrap up, I do want to mention the music track, specifically the main theme. It's very reminiscent of the Minecraft theme, if you're familiar with that. It's a very whimsical, very relaxing vibe, and it fit the world very well, and I was very pleased with that. There are also some boss battle themes that I also really enjoyed. I thought it was a very enjoyable soundtrack, and seemed to jive well with the themes and aesthetic that they were going for. So if you don't expect the world from Corgi Warlock, you won't be disappointed. The game is a fun romp that lasts just as long as it needs to, and can be a blast co-op. While there are a few issues with enemy design and repetition, it's really hard to complain too much at this price point. As of this recording, it is currently half price on Steam. You can pick it up for $3.49. Even at full price, $7, I'd say this is a pretty good bargain. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this review.